Hi friends, I'm back from my little whirlwind vacation, spring hopping around the state of Florida with my buddy Ziggy. We started at Fanning Springs, where we just got out and went for a little hike and saw the springs. But I have some video you'll see of Fanning Springs, but we didn't get in the water there because Ziggy wasn't allowed. The state of Florida is not that free for the dogs anyway. But after Fanning Springs, we continued on our way up to Marianna, Florida, where we stayed at a place called Christoph Landing, which is a Northwest Florida water management campground. They're free. All you have to do is register. It was okay. You'll see the video. Anyway, so we got up the next morning and went to a place called Merritt's Mill Pond, which did not disappoint. It was gorgeous. Went back to Christoph to spend the night. The next morning, we got up and tooled around on the Econfina Creek. We did a little paddling. We paddled to Sylvan Springs and on the Econfina River a little bit. No, not river, creek. And then we got in the car and we drove to a place called Blue Spring. And these are all Northwest Florida water management things. And I gotta tell you, Northwest Florida Water Management District does great with the recreation. Really good, you gotta say. A lot of free campsites, a lot of nice places to go swim in the spring or whatever. But, you know, still not really that dog friendly. You can camp with the dog. You're not supposed to take the dog in the spring, but people were. Not me though, because I'm such a rule follower, to my detriment. Anyway, on that night we went down to Panama City and had dinner with two friends, and because we were closer to Panama City, I called Northwest Florida Water Management District and changed my reservation and camped at a place called Walsingham Park. And really it's just a little campsite by the river, again, free. It was nice. Woke up by the river. Woke up in a van down by the river and got up, had some coffee, and headed south to High Springs, where I had a nice little hip camp that had running water and a composting toilet, a big fire ring, and a big picnic table, and a lot of privacy, so it was nice. Had dinner with a friend that night, went back, camped, got up in the morning, and called a place called Rum 138. Please patronize Rum 138. They are dog friendly, and that means a lot to me. So anyway, Rum 138 is an outfitter. They sell paddling gear. They have an art gallery. They have concerts. They're a multi-use venue, and it's really cool. So anyway, they took me on a reverse shuttle where I parked my car at Highway 47, and they put me in at Rum Island, and I paddled up to Mermaid Spring, Blue Spring, Ginny Springs. We went over some little rapids. We had a rainstorm, not a storm, just a beautiful rain. Anyway, Ziggy did not like it, but whatever, rain's good. As long as there's no lightning, rain's fine. And then when we got off the river, drove down to a place called Hog Island, which is in the Withlacoochee State Forest. And I camped there for a few days with my friend Donna, who also had an anniversary of her orbit around the sun, as I did this week. So we had some free carrot cake from Publix, because Publix gives you free cake on your birthday. I still have some more cake or ice cream. I could go get at Publix, but anyway, we ate Donna's. Donna and I paddled from KP Hole up to Rainbow Springs, of course, doing the little run up Jissy Spring, which is nice. And we were kind of beat after that, so we went back to the campsite. The next morning we got up, we took our time, but the next morning was Saturday, and we went to Chassawitzka to try and paddle over to the spring and just hang out in the water hole, but there was no parking. But it wasn't wasted because I got a petition that I'm having all my friends sign to not sell the Chassawitzka River campground to the highest bidder, and God forbid, probably put in more condos. Don't get me on a soapbox about condos in Florida and more humans. Too many humans. I know, I'm one, but too many humans. So after that, we went over to a place called Fort Cooper State Park and just hung out under the big live oaks and caught some breeze off the lake and just had a peaceful time, followed by dinner at a place called Los Magueyes, I hope I'm saying that right, in Inverness, where I had the best fajita quesadilla I've ever eaten. And I was full and tired, and we went back to the campground and went to sleep. And the next morning we got up and slowly got our stuff together and drank some coffee and headed home to where I started doing house chores and van chores. But I don't know if you can tell, but the van's not completely finished yet, but most of the stuff is cleaned out. I gotta stow some stuff and I gotta take down the paddleboard. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and I will put some links in the description below to products that I use that I have bought at Amazon, products that I use in the van, and if you choose to buy them, I will get a little tiny commission and it will be no extra charge to you. So if you need any of that stuff, just buy it from me, okay? Happy trails. This is Fanning Springs, and unfortunately my little buddy cannot go down there, but look at how pretty. Isn't it just amazing? I mean, look at that blue hole there. There certainly is more to Florida than Disney World and overpopulation, although there are a lot of people at the springs. Not so much here today, but probably a little bit later after they all get out of church, this place will be full. We're gonna go check out a little hiking trail where my little friend can go. See what we see over there. These are beauty berries. They're a native Florida species, and the leaves are good for keeping the bugs off. So I think right now I am going to grab a little leaf and rub it on me. But they're so beautiful. They always get purple right about this time of year. Look at them. I really need to grow some in my yard. I guess you can make a jam or something from the berries. I never have. I never stuck one in my mouth, but you know, there's always a first time. Not today though. Maybe some other day I'll taste a beauty berry. Here is the spring from a little different perspective. I'm on a little trail that Ziggy can go on, and looks like it walks around the spring, so there are a few people in there enjoying the spring. That right there is the deep hole. That's where all the water's coming from. I do not remember if this is like first magnitude, second magnitude. I don't know how big this spring is, but sure is pretty. Nice swimming hole. Nice place to cool off in the summertime because it's 72 degrees year round. Probably a nice place to warm up in the winter. Well, it looks like there is an actual hiking trail here for us. So here we go. In my hiking trail shoes. Think these are good hikers? They'll do. We're not going far. So what do we have aside from mosquitoes? I don't have to worry about the mosquitoes because I put beautyberry leaf all over my arms. Oh, look. It's a pea flower. What else do we have? All the purple flowers are in bloom. It's purple season. Look at these little guys. Let's see, can we focus on them? There we go. Anyway, how about look at these? They're a little bit going to be easier to focus on. Yeah. I can't remember what these are called. Oh, there's some pokeweed right there. There's somebody's skivvies. Somebody must have got lucky out here, or else they took a dump. Oh boy. I need to keep my crazy ideas to myself, don't I? Let's see what we got. I didn't take the little map. Oh, here's the little map. You are here. Oh, 3/4 of a mile. We got this. Let's go this way. More beauty berries. Screaming children in the background. My favorite. LOL. Just kidding. What do we got? It's kind of a nice day. It's starting to get a little hot, but we had a big front come through here today, this morning, and yesterday, so it has been cooled down somewhat. Oh, let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness. Poor Ziggy. He gets out of breath so easy and it worries me, but the doctor said he's fine, so I'm going with that. What does it say here? You are here. Well, I've gone 2 clicks. This is the trail. There's going to just be more of this, so I'm going to go for a walk and I'll get back to you later with the next interesting thing. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sinkhole down there. Usually there are quite a few sinkholes close to a spring because really the spring is it's like an underwater river, an underground river. And, you know, it washes away the dirt and stuff sinks, and eventually that hole might open up and become a spring itself. Who knows? I have no idea what this is, except that it's fungus. I wish I knew my mushrooms. I need to grow some mushrooms to go with the vegetables, because gosh, I love mushrooms in a stir fry with all those things that I grow in my yard. I'll put that on my to-do list. Learn my mushrooms. Some more beautiful fungus. I don't know if this is turkey tail. I don't know. Let's look underneath it and see. I don't know if we can see underneath it or not. I believe that I have reached my destination. At least that's what Siri says. So let's see. Got plenty of time to explore. Yeah, I think this is probably going to be it. Because I am staying at a Chipola River water management area. A little freebie place. Oh, this is probably it right here. Here we go. Now I need to remember which site I'm in. Uh-oh, there's a doggy in the road. I'm supposed to be in site 3, but obviously someone left a mess here. And this is why there's going to be an end to free camping, because people can't pick up their shit. But site 2 looks nice. So this is where I will be staying. Come on, Ziggy. Come on, Ziggy. Let's go. So this is where I'm going to stay. Don't know about this fire ring, but whatever. There's a little path going back here. Let's see here. Come on, Ziggy. Come on, Ziggy. Well, it's about 7 on my first day of my camping trip. And this is my first time camping alone in one of these free campsites. It's a water management place, and there's some neighbors, but they've left, and they seem okay, but you know, who knows? They could be psycho killers. I don't know. So Ziggy and I are tucked away in the van. The sun hasn't set yet. We're tucked away in the van, and got the doors locked, got my pointy stick, and Miss Shawn has her machete right there next to the chair. So we're ready for anything. I'm sure nothing is going to be necessary. Oh, and there's an extra sandwich over there, just in case, you know, someone gets hungry and doesn't want to get out and go to the front seat to make another sandwich. So, yeah. First night alone. Actually, I shouldn't say this is my first night alone, because I have spent a night alone in this very water management district, because I went on this trip with some friends, and we were going to camp after we finished paddling on the Econfina Creek, and the tent was all set up, and they took her truck and my truck to go do the, well, actually I think her truck was at the top of the river and my truck was at the bottom, or vice versa. Anyway, they went with one of the trucks to go get the other truck and never came back. And so I was in Washington County, and morning rolled around, and some good old boys showed up and came to my rescue and took me to the nearest Swanee Swifty store, or whatever it was called, and that was in Bay County. And so I called the Bay County Sheriff and I said, you know, it's probably nothing, but my friends never came back last night. So the Bay County Sheriff said, well, where were you? And I was at Walsingham, something or other. And I said, well, that's Washington County. So I got in the sheriff's car and we drove to the Washington County border, waiting for the Washington County Sheriff to come help me find my friends who probably did something silly and nothing bad happened, which is the case. And there I am sitting in the car and here come 2 little pickup trucks, my truck and Pat's truck. They had got both trucks stuck in the sand. 2 little, it was back in the day when little pickup trucks were like little. Pat had a little Ford Ranger and I had this little Isuzu thing. It was just an Isuzu pickup truck. It was not an Ombre, but it was the predecessor to the Ombre. Little 4-cylinder thing. And I guess like one of them was stuck and they tried to pull it out with the other one. And so they got both little 4-cylinder trucks stuck in the deep sand overnight while I camped in the woods alone. next to the river. So here I am, camping in the woods alone next to a different river. Same water management district though. I'm starting the day with some coffee, and I figured I'd show you what I use. I've been camping for a long time. I'm just new to van lifing. Well, I had a Gertie bus at one point, but she was a 1982 Vanagon, and my ex was an AC mechanic, not an auto mechanic, and so, long story short, the Gertie bus had to go. Anyway, and I had a tab, and then I have a tent, and, you know, been to the Airbnb, all kinds of camping. Anyway, so this is old gear, and I love to percolate coffee when I'm at the campsite because life slows down, right? Anyway, so this is my cook stove. I have a little thing here that has like paper products, paper plates. It's got a lighter in there, some stuff like that. Anyway, it comes in handy. This is new and it's been working wonderfully. It has 3 gallons of water. I got it from Amazon. It's 3 gallons of water that came from my house. And then I think this came from Amazon also. I'm just putting the water in there so that it doesn't get all over the floor of the little shelter. Back here in my car, my van, this is my little camp kit that's got things to cook with, fire things really. And electric, there's an electric cord. I have some fire starters and lighters and I don't know, just things. It's kind of a junk drawer, but related to fire. This is a towel that I use for a tablecloth, a little 6-pack cooler. That goes in like that. I got this wonderful thing from Aldi, but if you do this just right, you have some extra space. I've got one of the back seats up. The other side is a cot that I got from Amazon. Here's another Aldi score. This is all my plates and cooking things and whatnot, forks, knives. And that has a nice little top that if you get it on just right, it's good. That right there is some gas for this, which is another Aldi score, which is a little butane burner grill, which I have not used yet. So since I'm comfy with that guy and he was on top, that's what we got. This is my little pop-up shelter, and as I was popping it up last night, it started raining. So I have a couple of chairs. I only pulled one out because I'm gonna leave today. This being a free water management campsite, I was reserved for site 3, but if you see site 3 over there, somebody left a bunch of junk and I am not going to clean that up. Anyway, maybe I'll do some cleanup with it, but what am I going to do? I don't know. I can put some of it in the trash. We'll see. Anyway, so inside the van, I'm here for a whole week, so it's a little messy. Ziggy had his breakfast. Ziggy's in the bed. That's really Ziggy's bed there, but he likes Mommy's bed, of course. Up front, I have some clothes, dog food, water. I hate to buy bottled water, but I'm camping. Cooler, bag of dry goods that don't need to go in the cooler. This is another Aldi find, this beautiful table. It's just like that table, but it's beautiful wood. I haven't used it yet. Hiking boots. That bag over there is like my vitamins and my toiletries. Oh, there's my pee jar. And that whole bucket thing. Hopefully I won't have to use that. But anyway, 61-year-old lady doesn't make it through the night without, going potty, so I have a jar. What do we have on this side? I have this. I got this at Pier 1 many years ago. It's a little dresser, and it's great. It fits in there. I have to pull it out, but whatever. Pull it out to get things. I've got towels. I've got some sarongs, and on the top I've got some toiletries. This Aldi score is my rechargeables. Everything in here is a rechargeable that I can stick in a USB and recharge it. And there's my camera in the bag. So we're riding tight here today. This is the love of my life, my Mr. Ziggy. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. So anyway, if you're curious about where I'm camping, there's some information. Of course, I'm not reserved for campsite number 2, so I'm pulling everything down. Let's see if I can just, those are my neighbors over there. I don't know if you can see her, but there's Charlotte in her web. Can you see her? I don't know. Can we see Charlotte? Let's see. I've had a hard time zooming in on these girls, but let's see there. That is Charlotte. I do not want her in my hair. So, yeah. Anyway, this is Mrs. Stinky. She's a stray. She's really sweet, but she won't let me catch her. So, I don't know. I might call animal control today. I don't want her to get put to sleep because she's really sweet. She looks like she's German Shepherd Airedale or something. But she's got some kind of thing on her neck where her collar rubbed, and now she no longer has a collar, and it makes her stink. So anyway, there's an overall view of my campsite, which will be empty when I leave today to go paddle Merritt's Mill Pond, and then I think I'm going to go up the Chipola River to a spring called Baltzell. We'll see how much energy I have after paddling Merritt's Mill Pond with Mr. Ziggy on board, but I think I can pull that off. Anyway, that's a little introduction to what I have here today. I don't know if you can see how beautiful the water is here. Ziggy, don't dump me in with the phone. Yeah, so look at that. This is Merritt's Mill Pond. I believe this is called the Ovens. Might be wrong. Anyway. Obviously it's hot. Poor guy, he's hot. There's a little dock here, and there are some little cave-like features in the limestone. And I don't know if you can see it there, but there's also a spring. This, my friends, is Shangri-La Spring. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the flowers growing down the embankment, and the little cave coming out. Oh my God. What could be more beautiful? You know I have been swimming in there. And we will get some underwater video of this beauty. And some over-under GoPro shots and some Nikon shots. And God knows, maybe a little sunburn. Who knows? This is the road to the canoe launch at Econfinite Creek. We're not going to paddle far today. We're just going to put in here, and there are a few springs that we can visit from the water, since I have my little furry friend who's probably not allowed to go in the spring from the other direction. So here it is. Let's see. Let's see if I can show you. Look, there's my stool. I already took my board down and then decided to. Can we see it? There it is. Here's my board leaning up against the fence over there. Anyway, we're gonna put in. We're gonna go see Pit Springs, and I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll tell you more about it when I video those springs. Check out this little spring coming out from the side of the wall. Look at that. I just find these amazing. It's just amazing to me. Look at this beauty. We have this whole little piece of paradise all to ourselves. Well, I'm gonna put down the phone and jump in. I love limestone outcroppings. Oh boy. Yeah. Paddling is not always perfect. Sometimes you need to push off with your paddle. Look, I bet there's a spring in there. Oh, look, bushes. Look, there's some water coming out of the wall right there. Oh, and there's some private property with concertina wire. They're pretty serious about private property. Do not trespass. You will be cut. just in case you were wondering how that's done. That's how it's done. And if my 61-year-old ass can do it, so can you. This is the sinkhole that is related to Blue Springs. So the water's even flowing in there, and you can see there's another sinkhole over there. I don't know if you can really see it very well, but interesting, cool. So this is the spookiest campsite I've ever stayed at, but I think I stayed here before. I decided not to stay way up at Mariana again tonight because I went to dinner with some friends in Panama City, and I didn't want to drive all the way back to Mariana. So I called the Water Management District and changed my reservation from Christoph, which is in Mariana, to what they had available near Panama City. Well, I'm at this place called Walsingham Park, and I think this might be the place I camped before inadvertently because my friends didn't come back when they went to do the shuttle with the trucks. Anyway, I drove and drove and drove down this dirt road, and here I am out in the middle of the woods all by myself. Good morning, Walsingham Park. This is the campsite. Of course, it's a walk-in. I'm parked here. I had to take my stinky life jacket and whatnot out of the car to sleep last night, but wow, this place is great. Northwest Florida, man. Is it Northwest? What is it called? Northwest Florida Water Management District. They do a great job. All these campsites that I've seen around here have been really nice. I mean, they all come with a little shelter and a table, and this one has a barbecue grill and a fire ring. I mean, this is amazing. And then here is the day use area. It's been a long time since I've been here. Like 20 years. 20 years ago, I spent the night here. I'm going to say like over there in a tent by myself. Somebody left some beer. Yeah. It says no alcohol. Why would somebody leave beer here? Anyway. This is the Econfina Creek. Woo-wee. What a nice place to wake up. Wow, look at all that log jam right there. It's all been cleared. Hurricane Michael really did a number on this area a few years ago. But I don't remember there being a little pullout like that. think it was just a sand bank, but obviously this river would, without that barrier there, this river would probably wash this away. Anyway, this is where I woke up this morning, and it's gorgeous. So I rented a little hip camp for the night, for one night, on my way back south, stopping here in High Springs, and I hope to take a little spring hopping paddle with Ziggy tomorrow morning before I go down to the Withlacoochee State Forest and camp with my friend Donna, and then we're going to paddle the Rainbow on Friday. Anyway, so this is my hip camp. One thing I'm so excited about, oh my goodness. Look at that, a water hose. Yeah, up in North Florida, everything's been a porta potty and no water hoses, so I'm gonna refill my water containers. There's a nice little picnic table there. Not a little picnic table, it's a big picnic table. A nice big fire ring. Oh my goodness, it's all set up and ready for a fire. Cool. Looks like we got 4 Adirondack chairs and a little table. And over here is a little composting toilet. Some extra chairs, a little table, some stuff. Yeah. Little composting toilet. Perfectly clean. I was the first one to use that. Funny about using toilets that other people have used. Anyway, oh look. It's got a peace and love little guy hanging from the tree. So I think I'm in the right place. Yeah. I might have to invite a couple of butterfly friends over here and we can all camp out and have a big fire and hoot one up. Maybe. Or maybe not. We shall see. Rum 138 allows dogs in the store, in the art gallery, in the shuttle bus. Yeah, I'm doing a reverse shuttle. We dropped my car down at 47 and I'm here at Rum Island. There they go. I will be back over and over again. This is one of the springs at Jenny's Springs. I don't know if this is the devil's ear or it's the devil's something. The devil's bunghole. I don't know. Anyway, it's a very pretty spring. Very pretty little area. Look at that. I got a huffy puffy. A huffy puffy puppy. It's a very pretty area in here. And it's pretty nice on a Thursday. On a Saturday in the summertime, this place will be full of people. And there are a few people up there. Look at these beautiful cypress trees. Look at them. It's like little fairy castles or something. I just imagine that fairies live in there. And like, I have a lot of Irish heritage and you don't mess with the fairies. Yeah. Fairies are not nice. So be nice to the cypress knees or the fairies will get you. Just ask the Irish people. They'll tell you about the fairies. Oopsie, a little boo-boo. Oh, that was fun. Yeah, obviously I was so worried about making it down this rapid that I pulled out my phone. Yeah. Indeed. Mr. Ziegler says, "What the hell was that, Mommy? What the hell was that?" We're having a little rain. There's a flock of ibises. Look at them. Oh, look, I was hoping they would do that. Has anybody seen the bridge? Where's that confounded bridge? Oh, look, there it is. The answer to Mr. Ziegler's prayers. He's like, rain and rapids and oh my goodness. What are you trying to do to me, Mommy? And to be honest, my butt is tired. My butt is really tired of sitting on this paddleboard. So the answer to my prayers too. There's that confounded bridge. Highway 47.
Welcome to Hog Island.
All right, this might be comical because sometimes it works better than others, but I'm gonna show you how I put up my easy pop-up tent, which is always easy, but you know, sometimes it takes a little kicking around to begin with. So we shall see. Here we go. By the way, I love this easy pop-up tent. Those are the extra covers. Stakes, more covers. Sticks, not sure what this is. Maybe I should face you instead of showing my butt to you. Got a couple little straps. Make it easy to be small and fit into the cover. Point the front at you. And this is the first part. It's usually the hardest. Yank that up. Oh yeah, there you go. I better not get confident and think that I got it just because I got that one. Yank it up. Of course, did I read the instructions? No. No, I didn't. I did watch a video though. I watched somebody else do this. Whoop. Yank it. You have to give it like a snap. Okay. Let us see. And now, because I'm 4'11", I have to get out the special tool. Stick this in the middle, right there. And pop it up. Voila! There goes Ziggy up Jissy Creek. He's all by himself. He better learn how to lay down. He doesn't like to lay down till he gets himself tired out. Look at the beautiful cardinal flowers. Look at Ziggy. Okay, there's the cardinal flowers. There's Donna. Look at the cardinal flowers. Look how pretty. You just gotta love them. I don't know which one to focus on. That one, that one.
Spider lily.
Look at the spider lily. Gotta love the spider lilies on Jissy Creek. Did I ever mention that Mr. Jissy had an opportunity to make a development here and everybody signed a petition saying not to, and Mr. Jissy did not. So Mr. Jissy is a good guy, remember that. This cormorant doesn't seem to care that I'm right here. I mean, we're not even zoomed at all. He's too busy scratching himself. He's got the itch. Look at him. Hi guys. Hi my friend. We're staying a couple nights here at Hog Island in the Withlacoochee State Forest, and it's Labor Day weekend and there's hardly anyone here because there's no electric at these sites. There are water spigots with potable water at each site, a picnic table and a fire ring, and one of my favorite things here is the bathhouse. It's not the best bathhouse I've ever seen, but it'll do. It has running water, hot and cold showers. Yeah. Toilets and showers are a good thing. I can rough it without electric, but I guess I really do like to have some running water. So anyway, I don't know if I showed this in a previous video, but we'll take a little drive through the campground. Oh, I think I did. I remember calling out the numbers. So the sites seem, our site is very big. We got 2 SUV vans, minivans. I have a minivan. Donna has an SUV, and we've got both of them with plenty of room in between. A lot of the sites have foliage in between, so you don't have to see your neighbors. I imagine in December it could be, oh, I better put on my seatbelt. I'm such a rule breaker. Put on that seatbelt before the car calls the cops on me. God forbid. Okay, I have my seatbelt on. So like 4 and 5 here, 4 and 6 here, there's lots of space, there's space in between. But if the neighbor was watching a big football game and you didn't feel like listening to football and a bunch of drunk guys, that would suck. But you know, you could probably just figure out which sites. Like, for instance, site number 8 has foliage on either side. It looks like a little bit of a smaller site, but you could still fit 2 vans. It's pretty sunny there too. I don't know, I like the shade. But like Donna has some solar, so you know, there are times where she wants a little bit of sun. So I don't know, the sun's coming out right now. Looks like we have one neighbor here. This guy's hanging out. But like this site here, 11, there's a little bit of foliage in between. Big site, huge site, yeah. Mark 11 down. I picked 13 because, you know, of course it's lucky 13, but if it were football season and there were a bunch of drunk guys sitting next to us, I don't think I'd like it. I think I'd rather be in 11. 12 looks kind of tight with the other guys, but you know, it is what it is. Sites are big, it's close to home, there's water. It's all good. Look at the sandhill cranes. They are singing the song of their people. Aren't they beautiful? All right. It's time to leave this beautiful place in the woods and head back to the city. And go home and do all the chores. I'm gonna have to, my van is gonna have to have an exorcism because unfortunately in Florida this time of year there are ticks, and I saw a couple of them and I killed every single one I saw because I am a tick murderer, I'll tell you that. So I think the timing was absolutely perfect. I started my coffee and I started packing up, and by the time everything was just about put away, it started to drizzle. So it's time to go. Leaving Hog Island, heading back to Tampa Bay. I'll have a day and a half to take care of chores, and I'm gonna have to definitely clean this van out in a serious way. Probably unload it and do all the things. There's Donna dumping her trash. I just have a little bag. I'll throw it in the trash at home. And oh, look, it's a traffic jam. My goodness. Look at all the people here. So, pulling out of the forest. Oh, look at him. Go on, big boy. Go on. Leave me in your dust. Ooh. Big man. Oh my goodness, another truck. Oh, look. It's the Popo. Yeah. Go speed past the Popo. Go on, Bubba. Speed past the Popo. Dumbass. Anyway. Yeah. So here we go. Behind Bobo. So I guess what I need to do is say happy trails.